Hi, Jen Gilchrist here. Welcome if this is the first time to my channel. Thank you for being here. Be sure to like and subscribe to get all the fun updates that I give. I work with spiritual and heart-centered entrepreneurs as well as those who are recently going through a spiritual awakening, really align with their unique gifts and purpose work so they can have lives that are filled abundant and full. Today I'm going to be asking the question or doing a pick a card reading specifically for how to align with your purpose. So for those of you who are feeling called into a deeper level of purpose work, or just want to have more fulfillment in your particular business that you maybe already have, or perhaps even a career change, this is going to be to help you clarify what your next steps are and what's going on for you in terms of really aligning with your purposeful work in the world that your soul wants to express through you. And so I haven't looked at any of the cards. I'm going to show you three piles. So pile number one, there are other cards that we're using, but this is the Archangel Gabriel deck on top. So what I usually suggest is take a moment, to even ground, center, and really set your intention and see which card you feel pulled to, which one actually illuminates your answer. So this is card pile number one, and it's Archangel Gabriel deck. We have card pile number two. This is the Angel Tarot. And then we have pile number three with the Goddesses. Okay, and so all of these are by Doreen Virtue, and again, there's other cards beneath them. I haven't looked at any of the cards yet, but I just wanted to give you a moment to pick which pile is going to be best for you. I will timestamp this also in the description so that you can go right to the correct reading if that's what you choose to do. Okay, so the first card, I'm just going to turn these one at a time. The first card is gratitude. You are attracting more blessings when you appreciate your current blessings. So this is in terms of attracting more abundance, maybe more financial stability. Also, if you're having any trouble focusing on, like if you're feeling frustrated or stuck or just not seeing the results that you want, this is a wonderful practice to start to shift that energy into attracting your clients, into attracting new ideas, into attracting prosperity. So this is saying really start to use your tools to help you manifest and create the desires you want, not focusing on what you don't want, but what you do want instead. And really appreciating, everything that you have that's going for you in this moment is a very powerful manifestation tool. The second card says, share your art with the world. It's time to allow others to enjoy your creative work. And so this is telling you that you have a lot of inspired ideas. You're getting a lot of intuitive insights. You're getting a lot of guidance steps. You're getting a lot of thoughts around what it is that you think you want to share or do want to share with the world. And perhaps you're not actually taking action yet to press go live or to press post on Facebook or to send out that email or to set up that workshop. And so this is saying that it's time to start to take action on your divinely guided and inspired ideas, right? Your message matters. This is something I love working with people on, is getting more and more clear with your specific unique story, your message, and your unique intuitive psychic gifts, right? We all have intuitive and psychic gifts, but I think we also all have a uniqueness, a unique quality to us that only we can share in that specific way that is going to help be of service to the world. And so it's saying that your message matters, and it's time for you to begin to have the courage and vulnerability to share, right? Even if you don't have the action plan figured out, it's feeling like, you can't gain the clarity until you start to take action, and the clarity comes once you get into action. So this is kind of like already feels like getting yourself going in the process. Well, this makes perfect sense from what I said initially, law of attraction. So keep your thoughts positive and surround yourself with positive people, situations, and you will attract more positivity in life. And so what I'm seeing is your morning routine. This is really important for you to focus on. First, two things. Pay attention to what it is you're attracting, right? If your clients are saying, oh, it's, if you're putting stuff out into the world already and people are saying either they're not quite ready, they're not sure, they can't afford it, things like that, notice the we always have a reflective mirror within us. So that's calling you into your deeper work around why you're attracting that situation, right? What do you need to heal within yourself to feel worthy? Is it confidence, to own your worth in some way? Like sometimes there's a dynamic playing out, whatever it may be, that is calling you to do your own inner work. And the secondary part, which I think is really what came to me first, was your morning routine. I'm really big on having a morning routine through meditation and journaling practices. I do have lots of inexpensive different types of programs around journaling, around meditation, energetic mastery, and even a more in-depth purpose-driven foundation course available depending on where you're at if you're needing support. But to me, it's about taking the quiet time in the morning, writing down, journaling, manifesting your reality by really being in it, like using your clairvoyance, using your visualization and your imagination and your journaling time to create the future that you want. This helps you to keep your mindset in check so that you're not allowing the worry and the doubt and the fear and the lack of clarity to kind of run the show. You're resetting yourself every morning and then opening up, how I like to do, open up and just ask your spiritual support team, your angels, your guides, your higher self to really guide the show, right? Bring that spiritual support team in to help you. The next card is keep going. So use the energy of any disappointment to fuel your creative projects with authentic emotion. Journaling is also a great way to process any of that disappointment. So perhaps you've been getting this guidance, you've been trying to, taking some action, and you're just feeling like you're not getting the results and it's frustrating and things aren't turning out the way that you hoped or you saw, you thought, and maybe you're even doubting your own intuition at this point, right? Or maybe you're just kind of feeling frustrated with the results. Do the inner work around that, get into that gratitude, right? This is where you can do your law of attraction. This is where the mindset work, I feel like, is coming into play to shift your vibration and your attention back to being inspired. Sometimes even taking a time to go paint and do creative things will help you get re-inspired as well. But it's telling you to keep going. This is encouragement. You're on the right track. Don't get disheartened. Don't get frustrated. Channel that fuel into that disappointment into passion. Okay, transmute it. This next card coming out is Indigo and Crystal Children. So this could be very specific for some of you who are like, either curious about your purpose work or your gifts, or maybe you already had this idea but haven't implemented it into your business yet. This is letting you know, Archangel Metatron says, you have a bond with children. In particular, you can help children who are sensitive. And so this is guiding you to whether you're working with parents to be more conscious parenting, or helping children keep their spiritual gifts open, or working with the parents and the family dynamics. There's many ways that this could look, or even with your own children. Like if you are awakening, obviously you're awakening, right? You're awakened on the spiritual path of really opening your awareness. In your children, your friends' children, your other people in your family, you might have other sensitive kids that you are comfort to. You actually help them keep their spiritual gifts open. And it does feel like we're really being called, I feel this for myself as well, to help these children and these parents know how to help these kids stay opened up so they don't have so many years of undoing to do because they got closed down at a young age, right? So that's really powerful. So if you already have an idea, then that's definitely a validation right there. Metatron again is saying, hey, prioritize. Focus on your highest prioritize. I will help you get organized and motivated. I love working with my angels. They're super, super helpful. They hold space for you to bring in the energy and motivation you need. It's like buoying faith and like kind of leaning into their energy to help raise your own vibration to get back on track, or to even have that clarity. So ask Archangel Metatron. He's also the one for the spiritually gifted children, or your own spiritual gifts. If you're still working on opening your intuition as well, it's something I love supporting people with. Because it's the most valuable thing you have, right? When you can really learn to trust your intuition. And here's the thing, we all are intuitive, but the more that we practice taking action on those intuitive insights, the more we build that muscle of trust. There's a big difference between being thinking that you're seeing that you're intuitive and kind of noticing signs and getting messages, and being able to trust it and have enough confidence to take action. Because I guarantee you're going to always be stretching your comfort zone, going out of your logic into what you know, because oftentimes the ego and the logical mind will try to make sense of it, and it's not going to make sense. So it's important to really just allow yourself to begin to cultivate that trust in your intuition and be able to stretch the comfort zone by taking the guided action. Three of Ariel says, do what you love. A time of great personal growth in your career of artistic endeavors, working with others in a cooperative manner. So a couple of things pop up right away. First of all, again, if you're kind of feeling stuck, you got to just start doing something you're passionate about, writing a blog, journaling in the morning. What message does my soul have for me today is one of my favorite questions, right? What message wants to be shared through me today? What are you inspired about? Even if you don't quite have the marketing figured out, right? There's a whole learning curve, I understand, with packaging your gifts in a way that you can supply financial success to your gifts, and that's a whole big spiritual journey in and of itself. For me, it was, at least. I thought, oh great, this is awesome. And then I realized, oh great, how do I reach the people? How do I speak of what the work I do is, right? And so sometimes that can be frustrating, or maybe you're just not clear on direction. So tapping back into your passion, just starting, just sharing, from there, the rest of the information you need will start to come into you. And the second thing that comes up is, for some of you, being open to partnership, right? Whether that's a coach or a mentor, perhaps. Like if you do need some guidance and support with the packaging of materials, or your intuition, or your spiritual path in some form or fashion, pay attention to the synchronicities of who you're aligned to support you in taking that next step. But it could also be partnerships with other people. So perhaps doing a collaboration workshop, or a teleseminar, or podcasting, maybe putting your intentions out to be a podcasting guest, or doing a group program with somebody. Like there could be just different ways that you can collaborate with other people, or that you are being asked to allow yourself to get the support that you need through the mentoring, or through the next level of training that you need in terms of getting your business off the ground in a viable way. The last one says, I love this one, Archangel Gabriel, outdoors. It says, go outside and get some fresh air and connect with nature to relieve stress and gain new creative ideas. And so this is like definitely how you can gather that inspiration and that passion. Oh, I guess we do have two more. Inspiration and passion to come back into your business and life. So no, don't should on yourselves. Don't be frustrated. Take the time to just like maybe even set the whole business down for a minute. For me, I know sometimes I just need to go take an ocean break. For me, the ocean just brings that sense of calm and clarity and like rejuvenation for me. So what is it for you? Is it nature? Even a hot salt bath can help. Doing something fun, connecting with your passion, just kind of setting it aside. Don't should yourself to death. Do things that feel good and fun, and that will reinvigorate your awareness to your intuitive downloads as well. Last two cards. Page of Gabriel. It says, follow your passion. You are ready for any challenge, opportunities, for excitement and adventure. So this is telling me that you have something you're excited about. Maybe you're telling yourself, yeah, but how can I do that? Or people won't buy it, or I don't know, maybe whatever it is, it's like you have an idea of what you want to do, and there's some way that you're watering it down, or just not feeling like that could bring you success, or that it's viable in some way. So this is just saying, yes, this is it. This is your intuition. We're guiding you. Follow your passion. This is going to give you more guidance steps. You have to take the one step before the next steps come. So don't wait until you have this perfect roadmap figured out. It won't work like that. As you take one step, the guidance steps will come one or two at a time, pulling you forward to where you're going. And if it starts to not feel good, then boom, no harm, no foul. That just means you can tell you're out of alignment. So what next step can I do to be in alignment right now, please? You ask your higher self, God, or your angels for that guidance to pull you back into direction to take that next one or two steps, right? The last card for this reading says, change your life. And this is Archangel Gabriel. It says, a sudden revelation that offers freedom. Break free of procrastination. Embrace the opportunities that bring change. Take action, take action, take action. This is time to start taking action, even if you don't have the perfect plan. Just trust it. Do what's fun. Take action. This is like, I feel like this is like, you know what to do, but you don't think you are trusting it enough, or you don't think you have enough of it figured out. But the truth is, you have to take the action, and the next steps come. Okay? And again, if you need some support with that, you can always reach out with me. Follow me on Facebook, too. I have a Facebook business page and group where I do more in-depth trainings and things as well. So you can always comment below, or reach out to me, because there's a lot of tools there for you that would be supportive, perhaps, if you don't already have them, and if you do, use them, and just move through the fear and take action, even if it's vulnerable. I know it can be scary. I was like the most shy person, like ever. The thought of doing an oral report freaked me out. Like I literally, I was a good student in high school, and so I actually was able to convince all of my high school teachers to let me do oral reports before or after school, so I didn't have to do them in front of the class. Because being highly sensitive and empathic, I didn't know that at the time, but I just couldn't be present in my body. I was feeling the judgment. I was feeling all of this attention, was not feeling safe. It felt uncomfortable, and I just downright wouldn't do it. And so I know how this spiritual path and your purpose work is going to call you to grow as a person and evolve and transform. In fact, I think once you start putting your art and your gift in the world, and then have to be paid for, want to be paid for it, and you're being vulnerable, that is the deepest spiritual work there is. I feel, honestly, it's very, very calling you to step into your leadership and really move through those comfort zones and take action anyways. Okay, so I hope that's supportive. I'd love to hear your comments below. That's it for reading 1. Now let's go on to reading number 2. And we start out with the Angel Tarot deck. So here we are. Let's get card number 1. Strength. So this is Archangel Gabriel. It says, great inner strength, release harsh judgments, forgiveness, and compassion. Let me tune into this. So this is calling you a couple of things. Definitely, this feels like you are a strong person. Like this is I feel like the High Priestess energy. This is the Strength card with Archangel Gabriel. But it's like you have that great inner resilience and strength within you. It's time for you to cultivate that, ground your energy, and really dive deep inward and knowing and connecting up with that spiritual support. I'm noticing the rainbow. Sometimes I look at the picture too, the rainbow on this card as well. And it just feels like there's so much, like you have downloads information. You're very much that High Priestess energy that has that channel, that natural spiritual teacher channel within you, and you have that spiritual support. And so regardless of what's happened, it's like I feel like just self-judgments, like releasing yourself of any judgments of what you didn't do perfectly. If money's being an issue right now, then forgiveness and compassion towards past relationships, situations, choices, credit card debt, whatever, any of that stuff towards yourself. All of that stuff opens up our heart and our receiving space. And love and money is, like that, right? So I think any of that inner child work always helps your money space and your ability to receive for your gifts. But mostly it feels like just really, really like use your spiritual tools and your wisdom to channel that inner strength that you have. You're very, very powerful. And so don't doubt yourself, right? Hand over those worries, pick yourself back up, take a deep breath, let go whatever didn't work out so well in the past, and move forward, right? And recharge judgments. It feels like a lot towards even your own self. Of course, we have judgments towards other people and things as well. So if that's something coming up, then it means do that inner work. It's part of the block. Sometimes it doesn't seem like things are related. We're talking about our purpose work, but everything's related, especially when we are our brand and we are our entire everything. Then it doesn't matter if we're talking about our health, detoxing, relationships, like all of that sometimes is the next step in our business, right? To free up the energy or our ability to receive or raise our vibration to receive that next level of channeled information that's coming through. There's a couple of another strong cards here. So the next one is balance, Archangel Gabriel. The need for balance and moderation, cooperation and compromise, wait for perfect timing. And so this is really a balancing. I'm noticing what I'm feeling is a balance of your masculine and feminine energy. So just notice where you're at, right? This might be a little different for each of you because it's a group and general reading, but this is about balancing that masculine and I feel like you guys want to see that. The masculine and feminine energy, right? So we all have that within each of us. I think our part of our purpose is really balancing that within us, knowing when we need to take action through our masculine or when we need to be receptive and retreat and be in our internal, intuitive, creative, feminine self, right? So notice if you're feeling burnt out, like you've been pushing with a lot of effort with little reward, well, then it's time to sink into that feminine. Take a bath, go in nature, retreat, meditate, listen to your spiritual support, ask questions in meditation and journaling, right? And get re-inspired in that way. It's about self-care in that moment, right? Or if you're out there and you have all this, beautiful downloads and ideas in your journal, you got 15 journals and they're all filled up with these great ideas and then you haven't shared them or you're not taking action on them or you've been in overwhelm or procrastination, well, then now it's time to invoke that masculine action-oriented aspect of yourself. And so it's finding that balance, right? It's finding that balance, and then of course patience, so surrendering to right timing. And I do believe though we are usually the ones getting in our own way. For the most part, we are kind of, the more that we can get out of our own way and find that balance and alignment, the more quicker the synchronicities pop and the more quickly things can just start happening so fast. But sometimes there are other things in the works. Sometimes we do need to call our energy back from the future, back from our expectation of things, and really just be present with the right timing, and it will happen very quickly. Oh, look at this, you guys. I don't look at these ahead of time. High Priestess card. I knew I was smelling that card. High Priestess. It's powerful, right? You got that inner wisdom. It says, listen to your intuition, have patience, consider carefully what you want to do before acting. So that's telling me most of you are going to be imbalanced in your taking too much effort and action into your logic, trying to figure it out, work, push mode. And so this is really time to get into your feminine. So anything, self-care, pampering, salt baths, essential oils, even dance or something playful and fun, but something receptive, quiet time, meditation, journaling, all that definitely 100%, because you have that wisdom. You are a clear channel. I was seeing that High Priestess energy in the Strength card earlier. You see, it's just you have that connection and it wants to come through. It's really funny. I was going through a big shift myself recently. And I went to Carmel for 5 days, and the ocean always gets me there. And it was really funny. It's like I had to commit to, I knew this was a retreat time. And I swear I got down there and I just went on the beach. And it was just like, I felt myself in this channel bubble. And the angel's like, yes, she's finally sitting down. Okay, download. And I was like, all of a sudden I felt like I was feeling, we can't receive our intuition when we're burnt out and overwhelmed, or if we're overworked, or we're trying to figure it out in our logical mind, right? Or we're in fear or whatever. It's like it blocks, it kind of stops it. It doesn't ever really block it, but we're not able to access it. We're not allowing ourselves to access it. And so it's like I sat there and it's just like, bam, floods of information just when I started journaling. And, stream of consciousness writing is a great way to get unstuck as well. Just setting your intention for a couple of moments. Hey, my intention is to move through this blah, blah, blah feeling and to align with this goal, right? Or outcome, even if it's just a feeling of peace or inspiration or financial or whatever. And then just start letting yourself kind of spew out without thinking, whatever you're feeling, and then ask, and then eventually it'll come full circle to where you start like getting the angel guidance and start getting the aligned next step actions. And you want to just get in the habit of asking, okay, so what's the next step I can take right now to be in alignment with what's in my highest good? Keep it broad. If you don't know what that is, right? If you don't know exactly what it is next, but you just know that you're feeling off. Or if you do know something specific like a project, well, then what's the next step to be in the highest alignment for everyone involved for this project, right? And just take that 1 or 2 steps. And often it's about taking a 5-minute walk, meditate, and it's like, no, I don't have time for an ocean break. I don't have time for this or that. It's like, you know what? You don't have time not to, because I guarantee you take 5-10 minutes, hour, half hour, or a day, whatever is being told to you, to rejuvenate yourself and connect with yourself, you'll get so much done in such a short time. Okay, so the next card is renewal. And so I'm not really a tarot reader. I mean, I think these are all major arcana cards, so that's pretty powerful. You guys are in a massive, shift, I would say, up level in your growth, spiritually and professionally. And so, renewal. Archangel Gabriel, review and evaluate a favorable assessment of the facts, time to move in a new direction. So renewal, though, the first thing that comes to me is renewal, ocean, water, pretty much a big part of what we're just talking about. Give yourself the space to connect with your divine inspiration, your higher self, your soul self, and be in that receptive feminine energy. And I see water there. And so it's basically telling you if there's a pivot, right? There's probably something that you don't have all the pieces yet. Something's not quite aligned. Something's amiss. Maybe you've already had an idea of the direction you want to go, but you're not trusting it. Something needs to shift alignment a little bit, either in a big way or a little way in your direction and your current plan. Okay? Shouldn't say I'm not a tarot reader. I am. I just don't do the typical Rider-Waite decks. I usually use oracle cards or the angel oracles and things, or tarot and stuff like that, but I don't read them quite like some of the more traditional tarot people do. I go with my intuition more. Okay, so crystal clear intentions. Archangel Michael, be clear about what you desire and focus upon it without unwavering faith. Expect the miracle. Focus on that. Spend your morning routine. You've got to rewire that brain into just really seeing it, connecting with your projects, your outcomes, your highest, what it is you're wanting, basically, every morning, every day. Really just do what it takes to keep a clear focus is what I'm saying. And then you have to, of course, surrender it. Boom. But part of this feels like it's time to really tune into what you do know and really see it happening. Expect that miracle to occur with clear intentions. Patience. Archangel Jophiel, your dreams are blooming more rapidly than you realize. They still need nurturing and patience. So this is about, again, surrendering. So you get your clear intention and then you surrender to that divine timing, and you surrender the outcome. You surrender it being okay to not work out as you think even sometimes. Like sometimes we just get really attached to it being a certain way, and really the universe has a very cool plan that it's going to come in even better, but we keep blocking it because we're so tunnel visioned on this one way. And so this is like surrendering the outcome, surrendering the how, having patience with the process, allowing it to come into fruition in a fun way. And the fun thing about that is then the miracle is going to happen, and it's always better than you expect, right? It comes in a different package sometimes. So they're telling you to just be open, be clear, be focused, be patient and detached and open, because there might be miracles and signs flying on the sidelines because you're almost so focused on it being a certain way. And so this is a double hit on the crystal clear intention. This says, keep your eyes on your targeted intention. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for helping me focus my inner vision and intention. I ask for your guidance in releasing any fears, doubts, granting me the confidence and courage to take action towards realizing my dream. And so again, focus your intention. This is telling me morning routine is going to be really, really key. This came up a bit in the first reading as well. I think it's always key anyways. It's amazing how much headway we can make and how much we can actually create a change in our life if we just dedicate 10, 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, to our morning routine, which to me consists of some quiet time, meditation, visualization, and journaling. And pretty soon it just becomes my divine download, right? It starts to become, since you have this high priestess channeling spiritual teacher energy coming through, when I take time to just do that, it's kind of like I consider it part of my workday. It's not any longer, it's an essential required part of my day. As a highly sensitive, empathic person, as I'm sure you all identify with, intuitive as well, we have to maintain our energy, right? Our energetic field. We have to clear the old, bring in the new, balance ourselves, come into alignment, and then we start manifesting through our visualization. And then before you know it, a channel download will happen. All of a sudden you've created the space, and then that morning time routine will all of a sudden be my daily blog, my email, new program idea will just flow out onto the paper with zero effort, right? And that's when you know you're really aligned. So yeah, it's really important to do. 4 of Ariel. When you give, you also receive. So being resistant to change, extremes in how you save or spend money. So I feel like there's a few different things coming in, right? Because as a general reading, you kind of have to pay attention to the different ones. So one of them had to do with one of the other cards, pivoting, right? So not like taking action, like maybe you have an idea, or maybe you're trying to push something that you think that you have been trying to work on, and then your niche wants to change, or your direction wants to change slightly, or how you're showing up, or how you're doing your video, how you're showing up and presenting your work on the road wants to shift a little bit, and maybe you're just not allowing for it. So just, one of these, I like to take a inventory list of being like, okay, so what's working in my business and life, what's not working in my business and life, and what would I love more of, and just start looking at it. It's like, where are you shooting yourself? Where are you kind of holding yourself in the space of having to do something you don't really want to do? Where are you resistant to change? The other piece on this is money. So about your ability to receive, right? And I think over here, there was another one around having confidence and releasing fear and doubt. So if money is not coming in the way that you'd like, or you're having a hard time standing in your value with your money, then it's time to do some of that inner work around receiving, right? On the heart, on receiving, forgiveness work, anything around that inner child healing. So the deeper work is always going to allow you to receive more easily. It's also saying when you give, you receive. So this is kind of finding that yin and yang balance between your masculine and feminine, right? And then how you save or spend money. So tracking your money, noticing, is there money leaks happening? Do you have a lot of, how can you kind of tighten that money? If money's a stress for you, how can you start saving a little bit, preparing yourself financially so that you can feel more safe and stable and pull yourself out of any survival energy that you might have, whether it's a little bit more towards paying off debt, whether it's tracking how much money coming in. That's actually a manifesting tool. Works really well, simple as it may be. I'm reminding myself right now, I haven't started that for this month and I'm a few days behind on it, and I need to do that, right? Because putting your attention, your money is a relationship, right? You want to have that relationship with your money and what's going on, because sometimes we want to bury our head in the sand, and that just doesn't work, because then our money situations get mucked up, and that triggers our survival energy and our root chakra. Okay, so the last card for this group is 4 of Michael, and insights that come from quiet meditation, the need for more sleep, time off, seek relief from stress. So you guys, this is like, Give yourself that space, right? Take a nap. Set your intention when you take a nap or when you go to sleep to have Archangel Michael work with you. I'll give you insights, have you heal and rejuvenate. Crystals, essential oils are coming to mind. I'm going to show this card to you, and these represent different chakras. So I know which one's popping out at me, but I feel like it could be different for each of you. So I'm going to show you the card and just notice which one you're drawn to right away. You know, the red one's the root chakra. Then we have the I feel like that's actually your solar plexus, yellow. And then the light blue is the throat. And then the purple is the crown. But if a different chakra lights up in your experience, then it could be that as well. I'm feeling like, you know, root chakra came up because we're talking about money, survival, stuckness, 3D, a focus on the 3D world more than connecting with our spiritual insights. And so for me, it feels about the first chakra for sure for a lot of you. And then also I noticed over here in your throat chakra, right? So not speaking your message, not sharing your gifts, not sharing what you know you have to share, what your messages are coming through, or your programs or your ideas, right? You're not sharing quite out in the world. Maybe you've got a whole bunch of journals, but you haven't shared the information in the way that you're actually being guided to do. And so those are the two that came up. But, you know, third chakra, solar plexus, well, actually all these make sense for this reading. Solar plexus is our willpower. It's like, you know, pushing, being in the masculine and forcing and trying to control how things go, when they go, the timing. And the crown chakra is, you know, being in our head, not in our heart, not in our upper chakras. So the crown chakra is like opening up to that spiritual information. So really all this goes to it, but you see her taking a nap. Ask yourself, what is my body? Even tuning in, I like to ask it different ways. What is your body or your spirit? You know, what is it that you need? Tuning in, I do a TLC body meditation that's like talk to your body, listen to your body, and communicate. And then, commit. Sorry, communicate keeps coming out. I feel like there is something so much around your fifth chakra, sharing your message, sharing your voice, sharing your gifts, right? Verbalizing a conversation to somebody even perhaps could be blocking up your creativity as well, even if it's just in relationships. So it creates that anytime we are holding back, you know, we're not just able to compartmentalize. It's not only always in our business. It could be actually holding us back in other areas. That just came through again. Yeah. I feel like I was going to say something else. You know, that's how it goes. Sometimes this information comes through so quickly. So the TLC body meditation, yeah, connecting with your body, talk to your body. So quiet, talk, what are my body's needs? Listen, notice what you hear, feel, think, or know intuitively. Commit, take the guided action, and it's going to be a lot around detoxing, less caffeine, rest, self-care, pampering, massage, essential oils, being in nature, those kinds of things, dancing, taking a walk, you know. So just recognize that that is your fast track to the outcome. We have to take that pause a lot of times. Okay, I'm going to pause this briefly because I need to get my battery cord here, and then I'll do round 3. Okay, I'm back with card pile number 3. This is the Goddess deck. All of these cards are Doreen Virtue. So let's just go ahead and get started. I haven't looked at the cards yet, so we're just going to go through the deck and then we'll look at the overall situation. So Guinevere, true love. The romantic stirrings in your heart have propelled the universe to deliver great love to you. So this is interesting because I have recently gone through a very clear awakening with my twin flame activation. I know this is a purpose card, but for some of you, I feel right away that this energy of whether you're connecting with desiring love, a relationship, a soulmate relationship, a lot of times us women who are on our spiritual path or successful driven or creating businesses, we can get real focused on that and not so much in our love life. But it feels like this Guinevere true love is coming through, and it definitely feels like for some of you have been, this is just a validation of, you know, that for your soulmate relationship or twin flame relationship, activation is actually creating a desire and stirring up your energy in a good way. And it's just a validation that I guess wanted to come through, which is very sweet. But also what's coming through is that now it's about channeling that and grounding that passion and that love and that newfound like kind of excitement. Perhaps you're in a new relationship that stirred up these feelings, and now you're distracted and you're not working on your purpose work, right? You're not taking action, or you're not making the time for your routine and you feel really distracted. That's another way this could be manifesting. So this is really just saying, you know, all those different levels around wherever you're at with a relationship situation, whether you're starting to desire one, or you've been knowing you want one but not taking action on it, or something's come in recently that's a powerful soulmate twin flame type relationship, or you're in one and you're just distracted, not doing your work. Like, this is a group reading, so I do one-on-one things, of course, but I think you'll know very specifically where you lie within that. But this is about, you can take those feelings, that new inspiration, that new passion, and begin to channel that for your creativity, right? Like these things that you're feeling, being disciplined and actually channeling them and grounding them to use that to fuel your passion in your projects is what I'm hearing. And also just needed to be validation for some of you. So that's exciting. Mott, fairness. The situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. So this is like a balancing of the scales. I see lots of spiritual support here. So yeah, for some of you, if you are distracted, if it is a twin flame type relationship, just so interesting, because my twin flame situation just activated on a new level, and I feel like I'm being called to start talking about this twin flame journey of my own. And but it's not a part of my business really specifically per se at this point in time. So it's kind of funny that this card is coming out. It feels like for some of you, the distraction or the unfairness, like in a relationship situation, will be handled fairly and justly and balanced. And I see that you have so much spiritual support. You're being a high priestess in your wisdom and in your energy. You've got that Christ consciousness, Jesus, that love, that angelic guidance there, and the scales are balancing out. And so this is just another validation that things will be handled in a fair and just manner. And if you have anything else, anything contractual as well, like if you have a contract with somebody or anything that could be going on, you've got spiritual support surrounding it. It's important for you to release the fear and the worry about it, surrender it, and expect that miracle to occur, because you are surrounded with that high vibration. Okay, so things will be handled fair. The next card is Nematona, Sacred Space. Create an altar or visit a power place to connect with the divine. So this is a kind of a synchronistic message, I think, that's come across the board in these readings, which is around taking quiet space for yourself, really being able to retreat, creating that quiet time, connecting with your intuition, your spiritual guides, your morning practices. I'm a big fan. If you followed me for long, I have a lot of individual home study type courses around, activating your intuition, around journaling practices, manifesting your reality, and using those as a tool, right? So if you don't have any of those needs support, reach out. But if you do, then use them. Use your tools. This is telling me that you're not creating quite enough space for the feminine energy. It's about opening up and giving the quiet space, like your angels and your soul and your spirit and spiritual support team wants to give you messages. And it's time to really be able to focus and channel that intention and that information into your purpose work. And for some of you that are in the twin flame dynamic, I know it can be interesting, right? And that might be where some of your attention and your work is, in your heart space, doing that healing work and that opening work, and finding that balance within this for you, so that you can, not be attached to this situation if you're in a separation phase, or even if you're together and it's exciting, right? However this dynamic is working for you. I feel like it's like you are speaking to so many, like there's a range right here, right now, but you'll know exactly where you lie within it. I'm told and trusting. That's part of your purpose work too, right? And you know that, but the way to see that through is to focus on you, taking the attention off of that. It doesn't mean if you are in a relationship, you want to keep it going, but you don't want to give up everything, right? It's about you keeping yourself grounded and focused on your own goals and your passions and your creations and your interests and your friends and that kind of a thing too. And yes, together you might have a shift in your business as that progresses, but just keep doing you until it's clear. Right? It's kind of what I'm hearing. Artemis, guardian, you and your loved ones are safe and spiritually protected. So a couple things I'm seeing is just, if hand over the worry, connect with your spiritual support team. This is just like a lot of your energy might be being into other people, even if we're unaware of it, like, if we're moms, we're natural nurturers, or we want to tend care to others and all of that, right? So just notice if you're doing that. But then mostly what I'm seeing, a couple of things. the fire's like burning off karma and fear. And the other thing that I see her with her arrow, again, it's kind of like this very clear, focused intention. So really create space. It goes with the sacred space card. Create space and work your intentions. Use your visualization tools. Use your clairvoyance space. Use your intuition. Use your journaling. Use your manifesting power to create what you want. Get clear on that vision. And keep getting clear on that vision, and then seeing that outcome, feeling how you feel, and really just call it into creation, right? This is calling you into your high priestess energy, in a sense, okay? That came up in the last reading. Clairsentience, Archangel Gabriel, notice your reoccurring physical and emotional feelings as they signify divine guidance. And so this is really just tuning in to your body, right? Like this is like recognizing how you feel. Your second chakra, right below your belly button, is also known as the sacral chakra. It has your psychic ability of being empathic, of clairsentience, which is feeling the energy and the emotions of others as well as your own, right? That yields information. So often we're like, oh, it's just a feeling and gets blown off, or it gets numbed, because as empaths, I work a lot with empaths and highly sensitives to learn how to not be overwhelmed energetically and have energetic mastery over their energetic space, right? Not be sponges, so that you can actually really awaken that intuition and really not be drained as you're sharing your work with the world. Or another thing that's coming up is sometimes we have to gain that energetic mastery so that we can go out and be more public, right? A lot of us have gotten like energetically overwhelmed or confused, or our intuition might be mucky because we've sponged up everybody else's stuff. If we don't take the time for that sacred space consistently, and I call it like a psychic shower, right? Energetic clearing and just basic maintenance tools, just like you brush your teeth or take a shower. Energetically, you need to flush your system so that you're clear on your emotions, and then you got to trust them. Then you got to feel. You're feeling something for a reason. You know, sometimes we numb. There's addiction issues. A lot of people who are empath or highly sensitive have gone through different levels of addiction and codependency and overgiving and all these patterns, because we are open heart, right? We don't want people to feel bad. We don't want to feel bad in their presence. So we take on the energy unconsciously. There's so many unconscious dynamics where we are just sponging up for our own. You know, yes, we don't want them to feel bad, but also it's like if you get into the presence of someone on an unconscious level, so often we actually create the space of like, oh, hold on, I can't be, let me plug up that pain right over here, right over there, right over there. And like we're plugging up all the, like we see and we feel where they're lit up. And so we kind of handle it so that we can stand in their presence, and then we walk away with it. We don't realize it. And if we do that all day long, day in, day out, we got a problem, right? And it will also stop you from growing your business or taking us, like for me speaking, I had to do a lot of, I had to go to the very huge, like a lot of deeper inner work to move through fears and visibility fears, and like an energetic boot camp to like really own my energetic tools more, to go online and do Facebook Lives or speaking gigs and sharing my message or writing a book and sharing that as vulnerable, right? Because you receive so much information back and judgments and things like that sometimes from people that we're sensitive to. And so we'll put our foot on the pedal of the brake. If we're not fueled up, if we're depleted, if we're overwhelmed or drained, or we're afraid of having to take on our clients' stuff, if we don't have good boundaries, then it will halt how far we will choose to expand our business, right? So that's something to consider for some of you as well. Lots of the energetic mastery course that's really powerful. That's at home. You can just do through videos and meditations and teach how to do that kind of energetic cleansing. If you don't know how, it's life-changing for a highly sensitive or empathic person. And your psychic gifts will open up more too. Okay, love, you and your loved ones are safe. Dear God and Archangel Michael, thank you for watching over me and my loved ones. And you can name this situation or individual. Please help me feel secure and at peace, and fill me with faith so that I may focus on my priorities and enjoy a healthful, happy life. And so this is coming up twice. So this tells me that you kind of are, right? You're as empath or sensitives. It's kind of like we naturally worry, want to take care of others, protect others, especially our children. There's a sense of like overgiving. And it's telling you, you don't have to handle it all yourself. Call on your spiritual support team. Fill up your own love cup so that you have energy to give up, not from a depleted, empty space, but from a filled up, nourished space. You'll actually be a better mother, better, coach or healer or reader or whatever it is that you're doing in your life. Partner, friend, you know, it's like when we're filled up and we've taken care of ourselves. And that's a big lesson, I think, for highly sensitive, empathic people. Clear your space. So Archangel Jophiel, get rid of clutter, clear the energy around you, and use feng shui. So this is about letting go. Like, it's interesting too, if we're feeling stuck, like our physical reality out in the real world, like cluttered drawers or, you know, whatever, just our outer reality is a reflection of our inner reality. It starts in our inner and then it manifests to the physical, right? And so getting rid of, like, even if you just feel stuck and you don't even feel like your house is cluttered, just picking a drawer, getting rid of some old clothes, or, you know, starting with something like that, clearing out your email inbox, right? Maybe it's cleaning up your friends list, right? If you're feeling some drain, especially empath, and feeling like sometimes you're in a lot of groups or have a lot of friends that maybe it's like you feel bad, like, you know, like, well, there's no real reason I need to delete this person, but it's kind of like you're not vibing with it. Just, you know, I mean, it's time to kind of, as you evolve and change, like as we go through this awakening process, it's constant evolution. And as we do that, we need to create space for our environment to shift with us and up level with us, for our business to change, for our gifts to be expressed in a different way. And so just recognize sometimes it starts with that clearing out of the old to make room for the new. And if you're having any stuckness, then that will help shift the energy. Queen of Michael, you know exactly what to do, the benefit of experience, a time for your career rather than relationships. So it's funny that the true love card came up, right? So yes, channel that passion and feel of your heart into your career. Okay? If you're in a relationship, that's fine, but create some, telling you to prioritize time for yourself and your relationship more fully. You can ask Archangel Metatron to help you with that as well. He's really great for prioritizing time and getting into action and out of procrastination. I'm noticing these yellow roses. So I feel like that has to do with your third chakra, letting go of the need to control situations or things or the house. What else is coming in? I just see the bird, spiritual support. Well, it's an angel, but I thought it was a dragonfly. So transformation comes to mind. So you're innocent, you know, just allow the transformation to occur in your life or your business. Focus on, you know, giving more focus to your career and purpose work. Or maybe you're just kind of like, you know, focus. Maybe you've kind of put your purpose work down for a minute and are focusing on relationship. For the most part, it just kind of feels like, you know, both is happening, but just it's time to focus on you right now. Do you, and then that can come in. Finding that balance with it, right? So you're not just like one or the other, getting too distracted kind of feeling. Okay, the last card is Page of Ariel, and it says, an excellent opportunity will be offered to you, scholarships to the pursuit of education, time to get to work. Again, procrastination is over. Time to get to work. Time to get to work. You're going to feel better. You're going to feel filled, and you're going to be more attractive. Your energy will be magnetic. It's like very sexy and attractive and magnetic to people, to your clients, to, if you don't have a lover yet, your lover, to the new love relationship, right? Or if you are in a relationship, I mean, it's just, it's an attractive quality for you to be like in your embodiment of your passion, of your creativity, of your masculine and feminine being in balance. And so this is telling me it's kind of like a masculine time to take action kind of card. You've got a couple of those. So it feels to me, you know, there's not a lot about specificness on what your purpose work is. So for this group, it feels more like this is like how you can align to move forward and take things to the next level and get the results that, you know, is there for you, whether that's financial, fulfillment, you know, whatever it is for you. So this is your next step, and the ideas will continue to come, and the next steps will come from there. So I'm going to place some links here. If you're new to me, thank you for subscribing. Or actually do subscribe if you haven't subscribed, but thank you for tuning in. I'd love to hear how these resonated for you in the comments below. And again, in the details, I'll put a few links to how to follow me on Facebook. I'm pretty active over there. And I do have a website with lots of different courses, all the way from just a short at-home journaling to manifesting miracles, connecting with your angels, to activating your intuition, to energetic mastery for the highly sensitive entrepreneur, and even the soul Inspired Leaders Mastermind, which is really great for your purpose-driven business foundation. So lots of stuff there. Reach out to me if you like any private readings or mentoring that you'd like to discuss as well. If I resonate with you, I appreciate your support, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye-bye.